you get your intro?
No, I thought you were going to talk first.
You didn't tell me I was supposed to.
You
Okay,
always do
ready?
the...
Let's start over.
Okay.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Reading Held Hostage. My name's Blue, and I love to read.
Oh, wait. Let's restart.
Actually, restart?
Yeah, restart one time. No. Wait. Keep this.
Okay, we'll keep this.
All right.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Reading Held Hostage.
Wait, I decided I do want to go first.
Oh, my God. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Reading Held Hostage, the most reliable podcast on the internet. We always put out an episode every Tuesday morning, and we always do it. We've never missed one.
Here's the thing. I was really eepy yesterday.
You CP?
I was very CP. We just got back from our trip.
Yeah.
I'd taken these stupid goddamn notes during the trip, and I obviously have no feelings about them.
We did not use them.
Well, we got back Sunday, and then I had to work all day Monday.
Yeah.
And I was sleepy.
Yep.
I'm, 28 weeks pregnant now? That's been an excuse the whole pregnancy, but now...
EP.
Very EP. And it's just so fucking hard to read these books, guys.
Is it because they're bad?
They're so bad. I love these books.
But they suck.
I love being able to read them fast.
Yeah.
I hate having to think about them. It's not a, sit down and be like, let's contemplate for a minute here.
Kind of book?
No, I'm, pissed at John. Still, in this next book, because we're starting a new book today. We're starting The Rise of 9.
4, 6, 9. They don't know how to count, do they?
Idiots.
Dumbass.
Fucking 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
6. 8.
I can count to 4. So tell me what you remember about the last book.
He did a dumb escape from Mountain Land.
Okay.
And that's what it's called in the book. Yep, and he hucked the lava around, and 9 was like, I'm gonna fucking kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah, okay, good. So you remember 9, who's my favorite character.
Yeah. I was just tortured for years. I'm gonna kill these motherfuckers.
Fuck these fuckers up. Yeah. Cursing who? We're gonna eventually have to stop cursing. You're gonna tell when Lyra in our recordings when Lyra's old enough to start understand cursing when we start using crazy words for it. But yeah, okay.
Fiddlesticks.
Aw, rats. Aw, nuts.
Ooh.
Okay, you're right about John's story. Remember, Sam got abandoned at the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what happened in the other half of the story?
In Spain.
Yeah, you remember more than I thought you would.
They went to,
Who's they?
the land of pork. Or no.
No.
Is it 5 or 6? 6.
6. 6 is the badass.
Yeah, 6 went to the land of pork to get, 7 or 8?
Number 7.
7.
Marina.
And then she just started listing off all these AMC theater facts. And, playing trivia games, which thought was...
You're done.
Oh, that's Marina
Nobody
Menounos.
knows who Marina Menounos is, except for us, because my dad doesn't like her so much. My dad used to take me and my sisters to the theater very often, and every time Maria Menounos would pop up, ooh, he got seething.
He's like, I don't like that bitch.
I don't know why.
Get that motherfucker out of here.
Maybe I'll ask him.
That's how your dad talks, by the way.
That's exactly how my dad talks. Okay, so you're right. That all happened. Are you ready to get into the new book?
Hey, I'm Blue's dad, and I fucking hate Marina Menounos.
I don't think he hates her. I think
that's what he
just
said.
annoys
No,
him.
he says that.
All right, I'm
every
gonna read
time I talk to him.
the back of the book. Okay, because I didn't do that for the Power of 6, and I think I want to keep doing it.
In Japan, that's the front of the book.
Shut the fuck up. They know the charm is broken. They know we're vulnerable alone. They are determined to find us. It's like a little poem.
Ooh.
They are determined to find us. They want to finish what they started, but they'll have to fight us first. We are joining forces. We are stronger together.
Kind of like a haiku.
I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
We are prepared to sacrifice everything. Power numbers will save us all. You were saying it's like a haiku? I'm not going to count the syllables.
They did that as a haiku.
Okay, and here's the thing. At the beginning of every book, this is what look at the very first page.
I have my glasses on.
Can you pretend?
It's an audio format. You should describe it.
Okay, well, I was going to describe it. So shut up. At the very beginning of the book, this is the first thing. So this is age targeted towards, like, let's say 8th graders.
Lame.
So, like, 12 to 14. You're smart enough to know things are fake sometimes.
Yeah.
But this is what each book says. The events in this book are real. Names and places have been changed to protect the Lorik, who remained in hiding. Other civilizations do exist. Some of them seek to destroy you.
Hey, cool. You don't have to, though.
I want everybody to know I am 24 fucking years old. It takes me 20 seconds every time to remember the difference between nonfiction and fiction is.
Yeah.
And I read a lot.
Hey, but also you don't have to. Mm-hmm. Like, when people are like, this story was inspired by true events.
Well, that's sad.
Well, that's sad. And two, that can also be, me and my friends got high and we talked about this.
Yeah.
Inspired by true events.
Mm-hmm. Not always a good accurate. So anyways, that kind of crap just peeves me off.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to lie.
One question for you. What do you think is going to happen in this book? What do you think is going to be the big plot point?
I think someone's going to kiss.
Trying to think. Okay. That's one. Can you give me a couple?
7's going to heal something. Or no, 6.
That's too goddamn vague. Something more specific.
They're gonna go on a plane?
You only know that happens because I told you that happened.
I didn't remember you telling me that, so that's kind of a big fucking guess for me.
Well, it's not a guess. Your subconscious knew it was gonna happen. Okay, more. One more. Like a big... What do you think the overarching theme is for this one?
9 kills a lot, and then he feels great about it.
I love 9. He's honestly my favorite character, and he's the only character without a POV.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's actually really annoying.
Love a good non-POV king.
This book has 3 different POVs.
The worst one.
John.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yep.
Honestly, gross.
Then Marina Menunez again?
Marina, and 6 this time.
Okay.
And I have a little, like, important characters list breakdown again, because
Well, wait. Do they have another POV of Sam being tortured?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would be fun.
Yeah, radical.
That would be really cute and quirky. No, okay,
They pulled out my fingernails with a slosh.
I don't think he's getting, like, tortured. We have John Smith, number 4. I wrote main character, little bitch boy. He's got telekinesis, lumen. They all have telekinesis, so I'm going to stop saying telekinesis. They've all got it. Okay?
Me too.
Okay. Lumen, resistance to heat and fire, and talking to animals.
Well, Lumen and the heat and fire is the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
But I don't know. It kind of seems...
You can talk to animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
Can
cool.
all of them do that?
No, that's one of his
Because 9
legacies.
did that.
Yeah, and John's really pissed that 9's able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because John's a bitch. We've got Sam Good, Sarah Hart, Mark James, our humans.
I love Sarah, and I just met her.
4 months ago now.
And I will do things.
Yeah, and I love her.
And I can only love once, because that's what my dad told me.
Even though 6... I love 6 being like, are you... Like...
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
We have number 6, who has telekinesis, invisibility, and elemental control.
They go up to 9 and is like, hey, is it true about the Loriks, like, only having one true love? And he's like, no, I fuck hoes.
I fuck hoes, bro. Actually, 9, okay, I was going to get his age. He's 17 to 18, so we can make a little joke like that.
So he could fuck hoes.
Stop. Marina. Whoa, Marina. Number 7. She has...
It's the spooky month, Blue.
It is. Underwater breathing, super speed, healing of plants and animals and humans.
Living
animals.
things.
Yeah. 9. He's got anti-grav, x-ray vision, talking to animals, super speed and hearing.
Does he have super reflexes?
Kinda.
Because if he doesn't have super reflexes,
what's the point?
Super speed is useless.
Yeah. Creighton, not Clayton, Creighton. I wrote only adult available.
Default adult.
Yeah, he's Ella's papa. They have a father-daughter relationship, and her Sapon. Mm-hmm. Ella, who's an 11-year-old child and should not be involved. She has the ability to change it. I fucking knew you were going to
I
open
knew
your
it was
phone on
gonna
a
open
TikTok,
it.
dude. And then
Damn.
we'll have another mystery character pop up a little bit later. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 6 is who we first start out with. Are you texting me?
Yes, I was... Okay, we always forget good titles. So I was
Oh,
gonna-
okay. I
yeah.
like that. Okay. We do always forget good titles, and when we edit, maybe you can tell we don't listen back all the way. 6. Okay,
We're
so
not coming through.
6, Marina, and Ella are all boarding a plane, waiting for Creighton to join them after assuring, like, the coast is clear and nobody's followed them. Marina's anxious because she's a pussy. Well, not really, because she's never actually been in a plane. That would terrify me.
Where do you think the coast is clear comes from? War?
Lighthouse?
Hmm.
Coast is clear. There's nothing to get them.
Yeah.
Navy?
Navy.
6 wants to comfort her as much as possible because she feels really shitty about Marina's whole upbringing and
What?
how Marina was abandoned by her own Sapon.
And abused.
And then 6 thinks about this story about how a girl used to bully her because she hadn't flown, and she's like, well, now I'm 6 and I'm a badass. She's even saved a few flights.
I'm 6 years old.
Even saved a few flights with her powers.
What do you mean?
One time one was going to go into a mountain and she zoomed it out of there. I don't know.
She picked that shit up.
Yeah.
Hey, inspiring superheroes that have super strength in flying can't pick up a plane. Mm-mm. Can't do that. You'll go right through it.
Go right through the plane? Why?
Because it's not built to support its weight on a single point.
The plane would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But with her telekinesis, she could do it.
Yes. But if you have to, aim for the landing gear.
Me, the flying superhero. Oh, I forgot to aim for the lane.
Now they're all dead. Shit.
Shoot. So 6 takes a mo to reflect on what she's learned. It's been a day between the fight that happened and what's happening now. So a single day has happened.
Rad.
I hate timelines. Creighton and Ella got here, just generally, Creighton and Ella got here on a second plane with a herd of Chimera. Mm-hmm. Ella,
a herd of Chimera?
Yeah, a small herd, so 20 of them. Maybe?
That's a good amount.
It's a pretty good amount. Considering
superpowered
there's 0.
animals.
Yeah, considering there were 0 before. Well, BK.
I mean, if you found 20 of an extinct animal, you'd be pretty stoked.
I would. Ella, able to change her ages, but is too young to have her legacies, which doesn't make sense because when I'm sitting here trying to do the timelines, because I had to write everybody's age down because I was getting so confused. 6 developed her legacies at 13. Mm-hmm. It took John till he was fucking 15. Mm-hmm. And Henri was just chill with that. But Ella's too young at 11. So where is the...
Maybe it's puberty, where it's different for boys and gals.
It might be. I don't know. Because one of the other characters that we meet, I think 9 got his when he was 11 to 12. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a little...
Well, 9 fucks, so...
9's really cool. One of the 10 children sent to Earth was supposed to contain all the legacies and be as strong as the strongest elder, Pittacus Lore. The writer of the book...
I love Pittacus Lore.
Pittacus Lore. Creighton thinks that he's found Pittacus Lore, or a version of him, in India. After India, they're going back to America.
Cool.
To regroup with number 4, who...
So I was kind of fucking right about the plane shit.
You were right. They're going to regroup with number 4, who, remember... does not have the location anymore because Sam put it in his little pocket and neither of them thought to look at it.
But the Mogs do.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Back to John. There's a lot of switching. There's almost no back-to-back chapters, which was super fucking frustrating trying to read this.
They also don't have a phone.
Literally.
I get a burner and just
just change it every little bit.
No, every time you make a call, throw it away.
Yeah.
At least have some way of contacting them.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, the rendezvous spot's burned.
Yeah. Go to rendezvous.
Nice.
Rendezvous point C. Because we have communicated before about
Yep, and
multiple
we know-
locations
yeah,
to
yeah.
meet. Because it's
And we
imperative.
remembered the locations.
Yeah. And
we
it's-
don't have them written down
we
on
don't
paper.
have them written down or tattooed on our body
Nope,
or anything.
Nope.
Okay, John. It's 2 days later for John. He's still feeling the effects of the blue force field he ran into. And 9 is going a little stir crazy in the abandoned shitty house they're staying in. And they're in the northern part of West Virginia.
Thought. If 4 told 6 that he was going back to Sarah's, I think she would develop ability to teleport to kick his ass.
Yeah, probably. I would. I'd kick his
dumb
fucking ass.
motherfucker.
He literally pissed. Okay, you'll see. 9 really puts him in his fucking place.
Good. Because he fucks.
Because he fucks. He does. BK's there patrolling, and John learns that 9's Sapon was named Sandor, and he's like, and 9's like really laissez-faire casual about things. Remember, he's been in captivity for a year.
Yeah. That kind of breaks you psychologically.
And it sounds like they actually did torture his Sapon.
Yeah.
They didn't, like it wasn't like Katerina, where Katerina was a swift death.
Mm-hmm.
Katerina's 6's Sapon.
Yeah.
Okay. There's just a lot of characters. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Although you're retaining a lot more information now that we're doing these more quickly.
Yeah.
It's like you're actually reading them with me there.
No.
Okay, anyway, so he's like Sandor, and he's like, who cares that he's dead? They're the expendable ones. Not a cool thing to say. And John's like, that's fucking bull, screams at him. And 9 is like, hey, like, it's just easier for me to think of him that way.
Yeah.
Like, he's so in tune, despite being, like, the sarcastic man asshole that, like, you know, they're gonna
that was
betray
kind
him.
of shitty to say.
He's like, I know that's shitty, but it's just easier for me to think of him that way.
Yeah.
And I get that. It's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who knows at what point during that Sandor passed away.
Yeah. It could have been a month ago.
It could have been right off the bat.
Yeah.
But there was an issue. So John actually does not like 9 in any way, shape, or form and goes to pass out in the bathroom to get away from him.
It's because he's a beta cuck.
Literally. And he wakes up to a nightmare vision where the Moog leader Ra is torturing Sam. And Ra's like, his full name's like Cetricus Ra? I'm not going to say that because it takes me a minute. So we're just going to call him Ra.
Okay.
And he's like, come back and I'll give you Sam. And he's awakened by 9, who's like, hey, dude, wake up. We got lots of shit to do. 9's impatient. He's been in captivity for a year, and now he's waiting for stupid fuckface John to wake up from being a stupid fuckface.
And he has trauma-induced ADHD.
Well, I would say that he had it before, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're back to 6. They're in New Delhi. Delhi? They're in India. New Delhi. I wrote, I don't really like the way they describe it.
Uh-oh.
Just think of how any stupid American would write and describe India.
Racistly.
Dirty, chaotic, busy.
Radical.
Mm-hmm. And let's be real, it is busy. There's 1 billion people that live in India.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking people.
But dirty and chaotic, I would argue New York.
Have you been to any major city?
New York. They hop into a taxi that takes them to a group of people with automatic weapons. And they're like, that's crazy.
Rad.
That's not where we told you to take us.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
That's like a different spot.
And Creighton, again, soup smart, he's like, don't show your legacies off yet. Like, let's see what's going on. And they look around, and all their vans have, like, the number 8 painted on them. So they're like, what the hell's going on? Number 8. Is that...
Do you think
that's who we're going for?
Oh my god.
Because the missing numbers right now are
8,
5, and 8. Well, I guess and 9. They don't know 9's with John.
Oh.
A man introduces himself with heavily accented English, which pisses me off a lot because does Marina not have heavily accented English after speaking Spanish exclusively for 9 years?
Does she speak English?
Apparently. So that pissed me off. His name is Commander Sharma, and he's the commander of a rebel group who are called the Vishnu Nationalist 8. And he has a message. There's a lot of S's here for me. Give me a sec. A message from Vishnu. I am number 8.
Gross. That's not cool.
No. I am number 8. Welcome to India. Please come see me when you can.
I don't like the appropriation happening.
I don't either. I don't like that. I
don't like that.
I don't either. I mean, he could have pretended to be like a new god.
Mm-hmm.
Still wouldn't have been cool.
Nope.
But like, there are people everywhere pretending to be new gods all the time.
Yeah.
There are cult leaders. Could have been a cult leader. Instead, you're gonna.
He is a cult leader.
He 100% is a cult leader.
But you don't need to appropriate.
You don't need to appropriate a current
Yes.
deity. You could just make your own up.
Yeah.
They do it all the fucking time.
Everybody does it all the time.
John. Back to John.
And then also, a lot easier to start a cult when you have superpowers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll introduce 8 now. He has super strength, teleportation, shape-shifting, which is how he's able to impersonate Vishnu.
Cool.
And he can walk on water like Jesus. Why wouldn't you impersonate Jesus?
India, Jesus don't like. Vishnu
There's
is there.
1 billion people in India. I'm sure there's a sect of Catholics or Christians that would have gone with him.
Yeah.
Okay, back to John.
Or you know, seeing Jesus walk on water reincarnated might change some minds.
Might have changed some minds. Also, I have a thing about shapeshifting before I get into John's stupid bitch boy area. I think shape-shifting would be really cool, but I think mechanically, people who would be able to shapeshift should have to understand biologically what's going on with what they are switching into.
I don't know. Like, you don't need to biologically understand to, like, run and, like, do stuff like that. I feel like it'd be something
But shape-shifting into
natural.
Vishnu's, like, a non-natural...
Yeah.
I can't describe Vishnu because I'm not Hindu, but...
Like, or know anything about it.
Yeah, or know it, but, like, we could look it up, but, I mean, it's...
Does Vishnu have multiple arms?
I believe he has 4. Actually, I know he has 4. Oh, my big baby belly's getting in the way.
Yeah, I feel like that would be difficult, but, like just kind of changing your hand shape and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think
I think changing into other humans would be fairly easy.
Yeah.
I think shifting into animals or something non-human like this Vishnu.
Vishnu.
Well, because this Vishnu's got, like, you know, blue skin, multiple arms, and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. You ready to get back to our fave?
Hell yeah.
John. They head off into the woods to hunt for game because Nine's like, we have to fucking eat.
Halo's right there, grab it!
But John is squeamish about it. He's like, I don't want to eat like that. And Nine's like, dude, you have to get better. Like, now's not the time to fuck around.
Okay. I hate people that wouldn't kill to eat.
Yeah.
That eat meat.
I would kill to eat, and I don't eat meat.
I'm fully down for vegetarians and stuff.
Good to hear.
Don't partake myself, really.
No, you don't.
But also, I know what goes behind the meat I'm eating.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful to the lives that were given to give me that meat.
Yeah. And John can fucking talk to animals.
Yeah.
So can Nine.
Yeah. It is so, like, fucked up to be like, I'll go buy a burger, but I'm not killing a cow.
Yeah.
It's like, you did.
You did. You, by default,
Yeah.
there's an animal death contributed by your consumption of animal product. Or animal meat in particular.
Yes.
No, he, like, pisses me off because, like, Nine's so realistic. He's like, you have to be getting better physically. Like, now is not the time to, like, get squeamish about food like this.
Yeah.
Which he's completely right.
No. He's like, you should have been lifting your whole life, actually.
Well, like, Nine is very muscular. So, like, he spent that whole year, you know, doing exercises he could.
Prison
surviving.
calisthenics.
Yeah. And everything Nine does pisses John off.
Is it because he's a good character?
I actually wrote, I think it's because, 1, he's handsome, muscular, and tall, kind of a Sigma male.
Yeah.
2, he doesn't think the world fucking revolves around John and his stupid girlfriend and Sam.
Willie, why doesn't Nine think I should go back to Sewa?
Well, actually, not Sarah, but John's like, hey, I had this vision. And Nine's like,
shut the fuck up.
Literally, Nine's like, well, that's cool. The Moogs don't make deals. That was a weird dream that you had. Sam's likely already dead.
Yeah.
And if you go to do that, to get Sam, you're also going to die.
Abandoning you. I'm not coming with you.
Yeah, he's like,
dude.
you're also going to die. And John's like, no, that's not true. No.
I'm the main character.
Literally. And Nine, like, straight up laughs at him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, honey, he gets a serious face on, like you're talking to a kid. Ha ha ha. In all seriousness, he's like, Ra is the strongest creature in the galaxy.
Yeah.
You do not have the time or energy to fight him.
Or run from him.
Yeah. And John's like, mad. He's like, Sam's my best friend. And he attempts to fight Nine. Nine picks him up, throws him into a tree and puts him in his place and goes, we are at war.
And he pees on him.
Well, no. He's like, this cannot be about Sam, because anything you do for that makes us, Lorik, less safe.
Yeah.
He's like, we are going to wait, we are going to heal, and then we are going to meet up with everybody and we can deal with it.
Yeah. It is that kind of... It's fucked up, but it's also like... That's what war is.
Yeah.
Of casualties are gonna happen.
And John's like, I would risk my life for Sam. And Nine is like, I would risk my life for our planet.
Yeah.
The planet we are fighting for. Stop being naive and think about more than just yourself already.
Yeah, it's the... Where people feel like people like that are psychotic because they're looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, he's just looking at the bigger picture.
It's like, hey, like, we're the last, 5 of our species?
Yeah. And neither of them knows about Ella.
And they're trying to kill this planet, too.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to kill us, the humans, and this planet.
So,
get your head in the game.
The rest of our planet, 7 billion people on this planet.
Yeah,
8?
we're up to 8, I think.
8 billion people on this planet, or Sam.
Literally. And John's like, he continues, because they're still fighting. He's like, fuck that, we have to go to the cave today. And Nine's like, again, throws him and he's like fighting him. He's like, you're not healed.
Yeah.
No.
Go die, I guess.
And then BK shows up to interrupt their fight, and he's like, I want to go on a special alone walk with John. And John's, again, jealous that Nine can talk to BK and other animals. But BK takes him on a hike through the woods where he realizes, oh my god, I'm not healed. But BK shows him that they're only about 2 miles away from the Mogadorian cave. And BK's like, we could go fight right now.
Fuck you, BK.
Yeah, BK, not cool. And then John's
You're not
like...
the Burger King. You can't do that.
John's like, does Nine know? And he's like, yeah. So John's like, I'm going back to fuck Nine up and
also,
tell him to come with us.
2 miles away.
Literally.
Run further.
That whole bit was the first 4 chapters. That's how whiny John, like, and I'm so glad Nine puts him in his fucking place.
Yeah. It's like, dude, there's a bigger picture here.
It sucks. You don't want to hear it, and when you hear it, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's true.
Hey, I'm going to say now, if you have to kill me for all the people on the planet, I'd rather you kill me. Like, that's...
You're going to make me cry because hormones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like...
Yeah, I get
that's
it.
That's not
logically.
fair. It's just not fair to put one life over all life.
Trolley problem fixed.
Yeah. Like in those numbers, it's kind of like
Yeah, in that capacity, 1 versus 8 billion, like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't like all 8 billion people, and I love you.
Yeah.
But like, at some point, and also Nine's like bringing up, he's like, we don't even know if he's alive.
Yeah.
Like,
You're going in for a dead body.
Yeah. Like, sure, Ra's showing you in your dream. And Nine doesn't believe in these dreams. Nine's like, cool nightmares, dude. What do you want me to do about that? Like, John shouldn't believe in these dreams either.
Has any of these been supernaturally correct? To the point he's getting information that he shouldn't have and can't guess.
The only thing... You know, besides, like, the past visions of Lorianne getting destroyed.
Well, that's his memory.
His memory.
Yeah.
Or, like, the collective consciousness of Lorianne channeling into them. Mm-hmm. Has been a memory or vision, whatever the hell, with Ra, where Ra was getting onto the ship to come to Earth. Mm-hmm. And that did happen to be what was happening at that point in time, because Ra shortly showed up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's been accurate.
Yeah.
In all of the visions.
So it could have been something he guessed, too.
Yeah. Like,
so these could just be dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I have very realistic dreams.
Oh, I do too.
A lot of the time. It's kind of my, like, brain being weird.
Yeah.
But also it's like, when I wake up sometimes, I turn to you and it's like, hey, did we go to the park yesterday?
Yeah. I had a dream that one of our cats passed away and I had to make Justin bring him to me once.
Yeah.
Like, dreams can be realistic.
Yeah.
All right, so we're hopping into Marina's perspective. Manuna's. And I just wrote, I couldn't tell whose POV this was until the 6th sentence.
Cool.
English.
That's how you know it's a good POV transition.
Yeah.
When you don't know it happened.
Yeah, usually for POV transitions in the books that I read, smut, they just put the person's name at the top. I'm like, that's helpful.
They do the 3 dots and then the name.
Yeah, it's usually just every new chapter is not a new person, but they still put the name above it for whose it is. Let him go. He don't want to be there. Okay. They're driving in a pothole-ridden road because India. She's reflecting.
I can't think of one place in America that has potholes.
Not Akron, Ohio, or Covington, Ohio, or all of Ohio.
Covington, Ohio?
Not sleepy. Asleep. Come on up, Stink. Don't scare me. Come on. I screamed in the last episode because you scared the crap out of me. Alright, he's gonna do it again. And she's reflecting on how pretty much everybody she knows is dead. Or new. And how she misses the familiarity of the convent. Which is pretty fucked. Because she was being bullied pretty heavily. The commander is like, hey, this is gonna be a few hours trip. Don't engage with anyone. Creighton uses this time to show them what he knows about Marina's items in her chest. And he's, like, so sweet. He's kind of like, Marina, like, hey, I'm everybody's Sapon now. Like, I'll do the best I can to help you guys. Now. I'm your papa. In her chest, she finds a pair of dark sunglasses. Creighton's like, no fucking clue what those are. So,
really helpful on that one.
And as Ella's using the glasses, she's kind of like staring outside, and she's like, rocket, rocket, and everyone's like, there's no fucking rocket. Like, Are you blind? And they believe her, so they jump out of the van after they hear something. Marina's chest spills everywhere, and this rocket hits right where they just were, and then a few more rockets pop up, and another fight is breaking out.
Cool.
And Marina grabs the red crystal from her chest.
Oh, is that the Call the Mogs crystal?
It's not the Call the Mogs crystal. And screams for 6 just as Ella starts screaming in pain. Back to John. He's frantically looking for his chest. And Nine's like, oh, hey, I hid it under the kitchen sink. And John's like, cool. Goes for the kitchen sink. And Nine's like, I trapped it just as a bunch of sticks, pointy sticks, come towards him. And John's like, what the fuck? And Nine's like, dude, get over it. I fucking forgot. Now grab your chest so we can inventory.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Yeah.
Duh, it's bugged, John. That's honestly your fault.
Yeah. Have you not been setting traps?
Literally. Nine pulls out a yellow ball and throws it, and it bounces around and is spiky. And John's like, you almost killed me. And Nine's like, nah, I can mostly control it with my mind. And Nine's like, 4. There's too many numbers.
John.
John's like, mostly? Nine's like, yeah, mostly. And?
Your point?
And they kind of get their shit together. Nine also shows John another thing from his chest. It's basically... I just reread my wording. A green anal bead-like chain that turns into a portal. And based on Nine's like mind communication with it, sucks stuff up and then black holes it somewhere else.
Okay, so it's a vacuum hole?
Yeah.
It's a suck hole, you could say.
Yeah.
It's an anal bead suck hole.
That's exactly what I said. John opens his own chest and pulls out the solar system, which molds into an Earth with a few different blinking lights on it, and they see 4 dots. And 9 remembers that Sandor had said something that half of them will have something to communicate with, the red crystal, and the other half will have the solar system to find them. Which, can I just say, not a good way to do that.
No, not good.
So the Earth shows 2 lights in West Virginia, another moving very quickly over South America, another in India, and they learn more because as 9 closes his chest, his light disappears. So he picks up the red crystal and they can hear his voice through the globe.
Ooh.
So 9 then says through the crystal, he's like, hey, John and I are together. We need to meet back up. And as he's doing this, John puts like a red bracelet on and he's like, it doesn't do anything, but his hand starts getting numb and tingly, which should be your immediate.
Yeah, take that off.
That's enough. And just as they drop the crystal, there's the sound of the explosion and a voice yelling for 6 and another scream. So they hear Marina and all of them getting fucked up.
Yeah. Is it every time they open their chest the Mo can see it?
Every
or
time
is it
they
every
open
time
their chest,
they touch the crystal?
When they open the chest, their dot shows up on the Earth.
Okay.
When they touch the crystal, their voice shows up on the Earth.
Okay.
But if their chest is open or closed, but they have the crystal, then they don't show up on the Earth. Okay. But they can still talk through the Earth.
So you really gotta open, dump, close.
Yeah, you really gotta be fast about it.
Yeah.
9 is something like, oh, hey, is that 6? And then he says, oh, 6 is the chick that abandoned you and your boy to jet off to Spain?
Nah.
Not really.
Nah.
Not really, 9. That's actually not what happened.
Yeah, he kind of
whatever John told
her.
you. Yeah, whatever John told you, lies. And as they talk, John's red bracelet, the numbing, tingling one, is freaking out. And he's like going more numb. And BK's like, someone's there. Boom, explosion. And the bracelet is hurting him so much he can't do anything. And he falls like backwards, incapacitated.
Rad. Rad bracelet. Cool bracelet to put on.
As 9 is shot with a Mogadorian cannon.
And he's fine?
Probably. He's just so strong.
And he fucks.
Stop saying that. 6, I wrote, I think, can tell till the second paragraph. Ella has been shot. 6 needs to get her to Marina to heal. And she does. Marina does a quick healing. And they learn that this is not the Mogadorians. This is the anti-rebel group against this fake Vishnu.
Cool.
And Creighton's like, don't use your power. But they instantly disobey and take down some helicopters.
It's like they don't have ears or something.
Literally, the only adult is like, hey, don't do that.
Hey, don't do that. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it. Commander Sharma joins them, and he's like, hey, we got to get to high ground. The soldiers are dying left and right, but they find an SUV that still works.
Not in the middle, though. Just left and right.
And the group of Lorik and the commander and one additional soldier get in. They drive for a bit and learn that these folks want to kill Vishnu because they're blasphemous. And
yep.
Correct.
Yeah, they're right about that one.
And apparently they are killing, like, in the real Vishnu's name. Not ideal. Yeah. I don't know if that's what Vishnu would want. It's what God would want.
It probably definitely isn't.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is. I don't know anything about Vishnu.
I don't know anything. Marina and 6 jointly take out a helicopter. And in the book, they're like, we try not to kill, but sometimes it's kill or be killed. So they killed this person in the helicopter. The 2 of them. Marina's first life taken. And their best plan...
Ooh, kill them.
Their best plan is to outrun them, but just before they continue, it looks like the road is peppered with landmines.
Rad.
So they get out. That's the only route, but they get caught up in a new fight. And Vishnu's like a half day's walk away. So they like really got to go. And eventually 6 just goes badass mode, fucking a bunch of folks up. And she's like, she wins that battle pretty much. John, I hate John.
And then 8 was like, fuck you guys, I'm leaving here now. You made a too big of a fucking presence. I'm leaving
now
here.
Now we're fucked. And she opened her chest, which means the Mogs probably know where she is.
Yeah.
John. They are not being surrounded by Mogadorians, but by humans with Mogadorian weapons. John's bracelet is fucking him up, and he can't even fight back. And 9 is, like, low-key kind of paralyzed from the Moog cannon. But he's sarcastic and ready to fuck him up. I really like 9's banter.
Yeah.
And BK's, like, hiding as, like, a moth or something. He's like, we should wait to see what they want.
Yeah.
So now BK has brains.
I imagine 9 to be the character in the anime that is insane and is, like, cut up, bleeding,
yeah.
and is just like, come on, motherfuckers!
Yeah, that's exactly 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he, like, is... If you listen to it, you're like, okay, dude, like, tone it down. But then you hear his backstory, you're like, okay.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay, I kind of get that. A woman, I wrote, a woman.
What?
She walks in, she's like, hey, I'm Agent Walker. She's like, we know who you are, to John.
And she walks in?
Ooh.
Is that why she's called that?
Maybe. And she's like, we want to know who your friend is, referring to 9. And 9's like, I'm just here to sell vacuum cleaners.
I love vacuum cleaners.
He's like, do you want a Dyson?
Okay.
And
everybody goes with a Dyson. I'm going to talk to you about the shark vacuums.
9. I like 9. And they start, like, attempting to open the chest. They're like, what's in here? And he's like, vacuum.
What are you not getting about this?
You want? And they're, like, really sarcastic and get cuffed. And obviously, like, the cuffs don't work. So 9, like, kind of instantly takes his off. But somehow there's, like, a scuffle. 9's no longer paralyzed. And he ends up falling.
Yeah.
And showing everybody. He's like, oh, I'm not wearing handcuffs anymore. But he starts doing push-ups.
Hell yeah. Flex on them hoes.
And the officers are, like, kicking his hands out from under him. And he's like, one arm push-up.
Hell yeah.
No arm push-up. And then he's like, no leg push-up. And then at one point, 4 different officers jump on his back.
And he's pushing him.
Still pushing him
doing
up.
push-ups.
And John's, like, finding himself, like, joining in on the laughing. And first of all, like, fuck you, John.
Yeah.
Just now finding 9 a reasonable person.
Yeah. And then they kick his fucking teeth in.
Yeah. Agent Walker's like, do you know what happens to kids like you in prison? And John goes, we break out like I did last time. I'm like, what was she insinuating? Yeah, don't say it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. And John's, like, getting increasingly more pissy at them for everything they've done to him.
Also, you don't send kids to prison.
No. They go to juvenile.
We got a whole different thing for that.
They just go to juvenile. It's also... Did you know there was a Supreme Court decision that you can't put minors in prison for life without parole?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just... Yeah. It's a very recent decision. They had to go back and do a lot of backlogging on if current people who were minors put in prison for life
should be released,
should have gotten a parole opportunity. It was kind of a clusterfuck.
Just pardon them with parole.
For some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty fucked. Where was I? So John's getting pissy. He's like, you took Sarah, blah, blah, blah. And BK's like, chill. We need to figure shit out.
Yeah.
And then one of the lead guys is like, hey, we gotta wrap things up before our friends get here. And John's like, do you mean the Mogadorians? Like, why do we have to leave before they can't get here? And he's like, you guys can't hold me. And she's like, we know who you are. And, like, we have a general idea of who that other guy is.
And also, nobody knows who we are. Yeah. So we can hold
you.
We
can fucking hold you. And and 9 is like, you have no idea what I'm capable of. I could kill you all in a matter of seconds, and you're lucky I'm being a good boy. And then we go back to Marina. They all walk until... They're just fucking walking, until they keep walking. And Marina has a stick in her chest that controls the trees. I don't know.
Of course.
And Marina takes some time to self-reflect, feeling resentment towards... Oh, this pisses me off. Feeling resentment towards Adelina for how she never trained her, rightfully so.
Yep.
But deciding to solely focus on her final act of honor in sacrificing herself. You know what would have been a great final act of honor? Taking her out of the fucking convent and training her.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like... It's crazy to me how, like... These abusive, horrible characters are like, I died, so it's fine now.
Literally.
No.
No, it's not. Adelina, you literally watched her get bullied for 11 fucking years.
And here's the thing. You can do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You can respect her last honor or whatever.
And still acknowledge.
Still dislike her because she was a piece of shit to you.
There are plenty of people who I don't like, particularly in the government, who I can acknowledge have made a good choice once in a while.
Yes.
That doesn't mean I like them. Doesn't mean I'm only going to focus on the one thing they've done good.
Yeah.
It actually really pisses me off because, like, the guilt she could feel for not respecting, like, acknowledging Adelina's horrible treatment of her.
Yeah. Because
she exclusively wants to see this good thing she did. They don't counteract each other.
Yeah.
Anyways, that just really pisses me off. The commander's, like, super cryptic, and he's like, we just need to make it to Vishnu's place before sundown, because bad things happen in the dark. And they're like, can you be a little bit more specific? And he's like, no. No, I can't, actually.
Rad.
And they continue walking till there's a fork up ahead, and Yella...
Who left a fork there?
Ella uses her special magic glasses to figure out which direction they need to go, and she's like, that way. And the commander's like, it's the other way. And she's like, my special magic glasses told me it's that way.
My special magic glasses that I got 4 minutes ago tell me to go that way.
And they go that way, and they get to a river lake thing, and there's, like, a statue of Vishnu.
Wait, magic...
What?
Magic glasses way, or...
Magic glasses way.
Okay.
And they get to the lake where there's a statue of Vishnu in the middle of the lake, but then the statue disappears magically, and the commander just, like, settles down. He's like... He's gonna test you now. And they're like, what?
He's really dramatic about this shit.
He quite honestly is. And each of the Lorik girls, Ella, Marina, and what's-her-face, 6, get tested by each a different form of Vishnu. And they each fight him with their legacies and pass, even Ella, whose fight ends up in the magic glasses breaking.
As 8, you'd think you would want to keep those artifacts, though.
As 8, you'd think you'd be fucking smarter.
Yeah.
And then the magic thing disappears, the magic Vishnu guy. And Commander Sharma's like, you guys passed. And they hear a boy's voice because they're getting pissed. They're like, fucking, where is he, Commander Sharma?
He said, hello!
And a boy's voice is like, chill, I've been waiting a really long time to meet you guys.
When do we chill? When do we chill? I've been wanting to meet you so long.
Back to John. John and 9 are each put in their little plexiglass little cages and shackled. Cute. And 9 is becoming impatient. He's like screaming over everybody. He's like, John, I'm ready to go. Like, let's get going. How are you doing? And John kind of sees the appeal of playing with them this way. Like, fuck you, John, honestly, is my opinion. And John tries to continue getting information out of the agents, especially Agent Walker and another agent named Agent Purdy.
You know how easy that is with agents trained in counterintelligence.
Yes. But they won't say anything, obviously. So eventually they decide to, like, kind of play around with the agents with their telekinesis and stuff. Until Agent Walker is like, we have Sam Good. And John's like, freezes. He's like, what? And Agent Walker's like, yeah. Also, we have Sarah. He's like, no. Sarah betrayed me.
Yeah, she's like, we told her to.
No. She's like, yeah, Sarah fucking sucks. She won't give us any fucking information. And she's like, she's so in love with you, which makes John conflicted. Because how can he reconcile that Sarah that he's being told about with the Sarah that turned him in?
People can't be multidimensional.
No, and there also can't be
straight lines.
Something else happening here.
And she also, Agent Walker,
could be lying.
Would never lie to John.
Never lie to John. BK's like, cool, it's almost time to go. We'll take the female agent with us. Hey, BK, you knew her name.
Hey, kind of incel behavior, BK.
BK, you knew her name. She's introduced herself multiple times.
Yeah. You could just be like, we're going to take Walker with us.
Literally. 9 breaks all of his shit super easily because he's got super strength and it takes John a little bit longer. And so, like, 9's like, hey, I'll help you out. And this is a fucking dastardly move. 9, like, grabs John, flips the truck with his telekinesis. So everybody's tumbling around except for them. They're like
floating in the middle of it?
No, they're walking through it because 9 has anti-grav, so he's just following the path of the vehicle.
Oh.
So these humans are getting thrown around like fucking rag dolls in this truck that was probably going 60 to 70 miles per hour or more.
Dead.
And 9's like, hey, I'm pissed. There's police cars around. I'm gonna head outside. I'm gonna fuck them up. Get your chests. Get our chests. Grab Agent Walker, who's been properly passed out and messed up. Meet me outside when you're done. Sound good? John's like, that sounds great.
That sounds great. I'm gonna go run to Sarah real quick. Before I do that, just gotta check on Sarah.
John talks to Agent Walker, and she's like, hey, Sam and Sarah are in the West, before she passes out.
Oh.
And John's bracelet turns into a shield, his tingly, nasty bracelet, when he's getting directly fired on by, like, real human bullets. So it's a shield. That's what his bad bracelet is. He's like, shit, I gotta find the healing stone to heal Agent Walker. But he's like, hey, she's passed out. She's not going anywhere. I should check on 9 first and stop being so selfish about my humans. Great first step, John.
Walker, bullet to the head.
Walker. 9's like, why did you come out here? And John's like, oh, I was just...
checking on you.
And 9's like, why did you think I need help? I love 9. And
Bitch, do you know how much of a fucking alpha male I am?
No, 9's a Sigma, dude.
You don't need nobody.
That's why John hates him so much, because 9's a Sigma, John's an Alpha.
Yeah.
Sam's a Beta. And that's why 9's better than all of them. Because he's a lone wolf. When John returns to Agent Walker, she's not there. I don't know where she would have gone. They're in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no other vehicles. She must have just disappeared.
She actually is from a planet of mole people. And she
went
scurried
down
into the ground.
Okay. I said not to scare me again. And he's pissed because now he doesn't know where Sam and Sarah are, and Agent Walker and Agent Purdy are gone. 6. Didn't know till the 3rd paragraph of reading this one.
Cool.
Number 8's pretty fucking chill, but the rest of them are really pissed. They're super hungry and they're tired.
Yeah.
And 8's is like consents this. He shows up as his Vishnu form. So he transfers back into his human form, and he's just a skinny toned, kind of sexy guy with full lips and thick black eyebrows.
Do you think he did that with his shapeshifting?
Well, 6 is like, damn, he's kind of hot.
He's like, I'm just gonna look like this, actually.
And
because if you have shapeshifting, why would you not be the hottest motherfucker?
Well, hotness is relative to everybody.
To yourself.
Yeah, true. He then introduces himself as number 8 officially. They all do introductions, and including Ella, and Creighton's like, hey, we'll give you the lowdown. We came on a different ship. And Maria's like a little giggly and smiley. She's like, and 8 shows he has teleportation, shapeshifting, walking on water, in like a silly, goofy kind of way. He's just like a silly, goofy kind of guy.
Yeah.
And 6 is really enjoying his playful attitude. And she just wants to fucking smack him right in the face because they ask about his Sapon. Mood instantly sours, and he's like,
dead.
We'll go back to my place and I'll tell you about, what's his Sapon's name? Reynolds and Lola.
2 of them?
No. Commander Sharma gets left in the complete fucking dust. It's like, hey, I'm not Vishnu. Thanks so much for this. Thanks for bringing them here to me. You are going to do great things.
Wait, did he only think he was Vishnu?
Mm-hmm. He really, truly thought he was the god Vishnu reincarnate.
Whoops.
So he's like, hey, not Vishnu, just a dude. Thanks so much.
So he's going to go to the other little military group and be like, hey, let's kill this motherfucker, actually.
Maybe.
My friends have died for him, and he was just playing a little prank.
I'd be so pissed. 8 kind of walks him around and tells them a story of his Sapon, who's Reynolds, and Lola. About 8 years ago...
Reynolds and Lola... Say the full name.
Reynolds and Lola.
Reynolds?
And
And
an additional person named Lola. And you'll get the story in a second when I tell you about it. Reynolds fell in love with a woman named Lola.
So they fuck.
And she always acted really strange around 8, and eventually she took them into a mountain for a bonding experience.
Is it because he's a fucking alien?
Well, Reynolds did tell her everything. And she brought a bunch of Moogs to them, and the Moogs instantly killed her. And this is 8 years ago, so...
Thanks, bitch.
8 must have been...
8?
8. But wait, do you hear me, though? Like,
yeah.
Why... He already had his teleportation, shape-shifting, and telekinesis at 8.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so he's killing off all these Moogs, and eventually they killed Reynolds as well. And they took his chest.
Reynolds is a lame name.
Reynolds is a lame
That's
name.
a last name.
It's no Sandor or Henri.
That's a last name, dude. Get a first name, actually.
Why does our wave cat look so mad at us?
Why do we keep talking about our cats?
Because they won't leave us alone.
I hate them.
Okay. So, they took... He spent 8 years alone in the mountains.
Radical. As an 8-year-old?
As an 8-year-old. So that really totally is good for your...
So, yeah, 8 to 16 is not really...
Yeah.
important.
Well, he did meet a spiritual man named Devdan, who taught him all kinds of things, such as martial arts and Hinduism and spirituality. He's like, I didn't want to pretend to be the god Vishnu, but he was so alone. And
gotta make a cult.
Well, he was... I am going to put that he does not have the correct social...
Yes, yeah.
Raising, social development.
Yeah.
So... apparently the Moogs come back every so often searching for him, but they can't find him, and they've recently accelerated how often they've been coming around.
Hey, maybe look for the guy with fucking superpowers.
Well, he turns into a bee or something when they come around. And 8 is kind of like, hey, thank you so much for coming around and searching for me. I've been alone for so long. Like, it's so nice to talk about my real life. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to give him a pass on pretending to be the god Vishnu, but based on that history, I can understand why his... incorrectly developed brain thought that was the choice.
Yeah.
They go to a little hut, which is clearly homemade, but overall it's like super cute. And 6 is like, dope house, dude. I haven't had a house to myself in forever. And they game plan, but 8 is like, hey, cool game plan. Ra's actually here, and we have to go get him. He's been visiting in my dreams.
Who's Ra?
Citricus Ra, the leader of the Mogadorians.
Ah.
Ra, Rasputin. Okay, back to John. They're on another train going west. John tries to sleep. He gets awakened by a vision where Sam's being held over a pit with Agent Walker Purdy, blah, blah, blah. And Sam's like, bring them all. And there was a tall, thin, tan boy who was in another one of his visions. This is 8 that we know.
A little tan boy.
And where was I? Then Sam turns into Ra, and John refuses to surrender. And Ra's like, hey, time's running out. And John wakes up and tells 9 about this dream. And 9's like, that's a dumb, stupid dream. What do you want me to do about that?
Stop fucking telling me about your dreams. I don't give a shit about your fucking dreams.
And they realize the Moogs and the government are working together. Duh.
Oh my god.
Duh. And 9 pulls out a little rock from his chest that makes it feel like he's eating. And John has one that makes it feel like he's drinking. But John's like, I don't want the eating one. Like, it's too gross. Because 9 had it in his mouth. 9's like, again, can't be weak. Take the fucking rock.
Put the rock in your mouth, or I'm putting the rock in your mouth. And you'll have a few less teeth.
John's like, cool, well, let's go west to get Sarah and Sam. And 9's like, I am not sure how much more clear I can be.
We're not getting those motherfuckers.
We are not fucking around with your stupid human friends. We're going to meet up with the others, and we're going to train and get ready for Ra. And John's like, I don't like it. Like, it's not good. And
it's cool. I don't care.
I wrote he doesn't like it because it's not his plan. He didn't come up with it.
That's not what I want to do.
You know what John's secondary plan is? Hey, let's stop by Ohio. I'll check on Sarah, make sure she's safe, and then we can go. And 9's like, are you literally fucking
Is
dumb?
that how you got to the mountain in the fucking first place?
9's like, we are here to survive for our real brothers and sisters back home.
Yeah.
on the dead fucking planet. Like, not for you to do dumb shit like this.
Yeah.
And John's like, fine, I'll go with your plan. And Nine's like, I'm making a decision. We're heading towards one of my safe houses that Sandor, my Sapon, had set up. We'll chill there and decide what to do next until we find a way to communicate.
How long was he in captivity?
A full year.
Okay.
And he's like, we'll find some way to communicate and we're gonna fucking figure it out, okay? Literally, the audacity of John to be like, maybe we just pop by Ohio.
Maybe I just see my girlfriend, even though she told me in last time.
Pisses me off. Marina. She can't sleep, reflects on how sweet 8 looks and how she wants to protect him. When everyone wakes up, they reflect on 8's dream with 9 and 4. And 8 is convinced that they, the group in India right now, could fight Ra. But Creighton's like, hey, we all need to be together to fight Ra.
Hey, no.
Hey, I'm the adult, and I say no.
Hey, no. No, actually.
They decide we need to pack up and go to America. They're like, cool, let's do a quick swim session first. It's a plot swim session.
A plot swim?
6 and 8 are flirt fighting, and Marina's like, gets a little jealous. So she sinks to the bottom because she can breathe underwater. Mm-hmm. And under the waterfall, she sees a silver object. OMG, it's an old Mogadorian ship. OMG, is that 8's chest? It is. She pops out, shows 8. 8's like, OMG, smooch, kiss her. Right on the lips.
You know, as an undeveloped, socially undeveloped person would do.
This is her first kiss. And 6 is like, ooh la la. And Marina's like, I don't know what you're talking about. 8 opens his chest, shows them one single thing called the duplicator that they never fucking use after this. Basically, it opens, like, a duplicator door so, like, a second 8 can be somewhere. Well, the real 8's somewhere else.
Okay.
Again, never use that. Creighton's like, cool, we gotta get going.
It's like they introduced all this magic shit and they went, fuck.
Literally.
How do I use that?
They're supposed to have, like, 18 to 20 objects in each of their chests.
Yeah.
All of the Sapons died before showing them any of it.
In all, call the Mogadorians.
Literally. Creighton's like, hey, 8, how often do you see Ra in your dreams? While 8 leads them towards a place that he says will allow them to not need an airport.
What?
And 8 is like, me and Ra, we've been gal palling for a while, but lately, like, he's being a little bit more quirky. He's, like, doing a little bit more devilish things.
He's kind of being a little scamp.
And 8's like, I'm really surprised that 4 sees him too, because when I saw him in my dreams, I assumed that meant that I was Pittacus. Because Pittacus had always been able to communicate with Ra. And then 8 leads them to a mountain with stairs carved into it. And 8's like, hey, this is the door to the far corners of the earth.
Rad.
Next chapter. John.
Are we almost done?
We're getting close. These last little bits have kind of a lot of info. They ride the L. They're in Chicago. And they're just pretending to be like normal people. And John gets fucking furious when 9 starts flirting with 2 women and sets up dates for them. And they actually get in, like, a super big fight when they get off the L. Because John's, like, he's, like, he's scared to be in Chicago. He's never been in a big city like that.
Pansy? What?
He's like, this is stupid to be in Chicago. Henri would never allow that. And 9 comes back with
He did.
Well, he comes back with, that's why Sandor was the best. And John goes, oh yeah? Then why did I find you in a mountain for a year?
Got him.
Fucked
Got
up.
him.
And John, of course, instantly regrets that. And 9's like, we were not in the mountain because of Sandor. We were in there because of me. Because I fell for a girl and couldn't get my eyes away from her ass or something like that. And he's like, not because of Sandor. And what about your Sapon? Oh, guess what? They're both dead.
Dead.
And 9 shows John to the safe house, which is in the John Hancock Center. I don't know anything about this. And John's like, fuck no, we can't stay there. Big building in Chicago.
Yeah.
And 9's like, yes, we absolutely can. Like, we didn't get caught because we were staying here. We got caught because of me and some girl. So fuck off.
So, confirmation.
Of what?
He fucks.
Oh my god. 9 shows John to the safe house. Nope. 9 lies smoothly to get into the front desk. He's like, hey, we got a private elevator. Let's get upstairs. They got the motherfucking penthouse. Not one. Yes, you did. Not one, but 2 floors. And John can have his pick of rooms. And John is impressed and stops being an asshole for like 2 seconds. Until 9 scares him by showing him like a Moog creature that they had lying around for training purposes. And John goes into fight mode. And he's like, chill, like it's literally just the training room.
We literally just keep this thing captive.
And suddenly John is kind of feeling a little bit resentful of Henri's moving them so much. Because 9 was able to stay in this penthouse suite for 5 years. Without getting caught.
Yeah.
And 9 shows them a bunch of guns they bought online. And he's like, thank God for the internet.
Thank God for America.
And
that's all America's doing, baby.
What the fuck is a kilometer? And they start shooting. And John's like, won't they hear us? He's like, we're on the top floor. Bunch of wind. And we've soundproofed it. No one's going to hear us. They go into a surveillance room. And 9 kind of shows John like a picture of Sandor. Just kind of like a, hey, that was him.
He dead.
Kind of sweet little moment. And then John picks a room. 6. Creighton is like, what's going on? And 8's like, hey, here's the gist. Best I can do, teleport 200, 250 feet. Maximum.
Not that far.
But from this cave, I can travel to about 8 different places in the world. Still not a lot, but 8 different places is good.
Yep, that's not 250 feet.
No, and it's an old Lorik cave, which sets 6 and Creighton's danger senses off. They're both like, what the fuck, 8? This must be known by the Moogs, and you just took all of us here.
Yeah.
Do we not see the issue there?
He's like, but we can leave here.
No, 8's literally like, oh, I guess I didn't think of it. And they're both like, well, quickly tell us what's going on so we can fucking leave and not get caught. And 8's like, uses his charm to open another door. And inside they all feel crazy energy, and there's all kinds of pictures on the wall. And it's a secret room. And 8's like, this is my room where I learned all of the Lorik history here on Earth.
Yeah.
And he's like, I had previously had dreams about these places. And when we moved to India, I had recognized the mountains from my dreams.
Yeah.
And there's this big-ass blue stone. Creighton's like, Creighton? That's his name. Is like, oh, that's Lorelite. Like, we're supposed to know what that means. We don't.
That's the unobtainium, baby.
Yeah. 8's like, I can't control to which location we will go.
Cool.
But we could go
It's not here.
Yeah, it's not here. It's Easter Island, Stonehenge, the Gulf of Aden, which is in Somalia, New Mexico. And they're like, OMG, New Mexico. Perfect. We can go to New Mexico, be meeting up with 4 by the day after, if he had the location. And then Creighton's like, these are cool pictures on the wall. They're like cave drawings, but more intricate. And basically it predicts the death of numbers 1, 2, and 3. It shows 4's school being on fire. And then there is a panel of one of the currently alive Lorik being stabbed to death. But its face has been chipped off.
Cool.
And Creighton and
I'm
Sam...
imagining this is all stick figures with numbers next to them. Not
really. But who is it? 6 and Creighton are like, what the fuck, 8? Who is that? You do not have the right to hide that from us. So they get really mean about it.
It's like, I painted, what the fuck?
Well, he didn't paint them. They were already there.
Oh.
Future prediction. And they're like pissing, they're throwing a fit at him. And
They just start pissing.
Ella puts the pieces of the face together because it's just like chipstone below them. And she's like, it's 8 who dies. And 8's like, you can't predict the future. And Creighton's like, even though I was just yelling about how you shouldn't have done that, he gives him a sweet little hug and tells him a little thing like, oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. And then there's a big explosion, and 8's like, oh, the Moogs are here.
So we should leave, right?
Back to John. This is our last chapter.
Oh my god.
John has a vision of Henri, and Henri's, like, training him, like, throwing knives, training him hard. And John's like, hey...
He's training him hard?
We could have settled. And Henri's like, I did my best. And he's like, you haven't even gotten the fucking tablet yet. And John's like, it doesn't turn on.
Not an iPad kid, I'm sorry.
And then Henri turns into Raw and tries to stab John in the eye before Nine's like, hey, pizza's ready. And John's like, Nine, I had a scary dream. And Nine's like, forget it.
Stop telling me about your dreams.
I don't care about your fucking dreams. And John's like, oh, the tablet. Oh, maybe the tablet needs a charger. I wrote in my notes, fucking idiot.
Wow, I bet this electronic device needs a charger.
And Nine finds like a non-human Loric triangular charger that works just fine on the tablet. And it immediately turns on.
Just
it's Loric. And there are 7 dots on the map, which confirms to John that there's another Loric that made it on that second ship. Mm-hmm. They also see 2 small green dots, and Nine's like, oh my god, do you think those are nuclear bombs? Are nuclear bombs? And one's in the west of America, and the other's in Egypt. And John's like, oh my god, there are ships. And that means they have to go out west to Mexico, where Sam and Sarah are coincidentally at.
I would have been like, no, we're going to Egypt.
Dude,
fuck that.
You just rolled your eyes so hard, I felt like they fell out of your head.
Oh my god, we're going to Egypt.
How are you feeling?
You. Oh, I'm pissed off.
Do you like 9?
Yeah, he fucks.
Stop saying that. I love 9. He's a good boy. What was your favorite part? Don't say when we ended it.
9 beating the shit out of John.
John deserved it. He really did. 6 gave him a lot of leeway. Henri gave him a lot of leeway.
Yeah. It's kind of like he's a little fucking brat.
I fucking hate John. It's almost like that. Alright. Well, what's it? Follow us.
On.
TikTok.
And.
I don't know where else.
YouTube.
At ReadingHeldHostage.
And all your podcast platforms.
Spotify, Apple, Google.
Whatever, yeah.
Are there more?
Yep.
Leave us a review. Apparently it's supposed to help.
Yep.
I don't know how, but it's supposed to, and we appreciate it. 0 to 5 stars, though.
Yeah. 0 or 5, not 2.
You're right. 0 or.
Or 4.
You're right. Thanks for the correction. You know bitches can never get anything right.
Bitches be not getting things right.
My name's Blue, and I love to read.
My name's Justin, and I'm ready for this series to be over.
We got 4 more books, baby.
Fuck.